Hello dear learners, welcome back to Economics Learners Lab. Hope everybody is doing absolutely fine. In this video, we are going to see 10 questions of NTNet Economics, December 2018, questions and the solution. Let us see the first question. Question number 11. An economic reason of production consists of A. The positively sloped portions of all isoquants. B. The negatively sloped portions of all isoquants. C. The middle of all isoquants. D. The highest points of all isoquants. The right answer for this question is choice number B, that is, economic reason of production consists of the negatively sloped portions of all isoquants. Question number 12. Which of the following statements about rational expectations is false? What is rational expectations? Rational expectations means based on the past experience, past information and the present available information, you will predict the future. That type of expectations is called rational expectations. A. It assumes that the people take account of all information. Yes, this statement is right. B. It assumes that on an average, the forecasts made by the public are correct. Yes, this statement also correct. C. It implies that the expected changes in demand have no effect on unemployment. Yes, this statement also right. D. It implies that the unexpected changes in demand have long-lasting effect on both unemployment and price level. No, this statement is wrong. We expect everything. We never expect unexpectations. So, the right answer for this question is choice number D. Let us go to the next question. Question number 13. Who among us the following economists treated nature to be niggardly? Roman number 1, J.S. Mill. Roman number 2, David Ricardo. Roman number 3, Karl Marx. Roman number 4, Thomas Robert Malthus. The right answer for this question is David Ricardo and Thomas Robert Malthus. So the right answer here is choice number B. Question number 14. Which among us the following is or correct for Keynesian model? A. It assumes full employment of resources. No, this statement is wrong. In Keynesian economics, we assume that underemployment. B. It ignores the money market. No, this statement also wrong. It considers the money market. C. It is supply determined. No, this statement also wrong. In Keynesian economics, it's a demand determined. So the right answer for this question is choice number D, none of the above. Question number 15. According to the new classical economics, real business cycles are the results of which of the following? Roman number 1, innovations. Roman number 2, bad weather. Roman number 3, tax policy. Roman number 4, debt policy. Here the right answer is, according to the new classical economics, real business cycle fluctuations reasons are innovations and bad weather. So the right answer here is choice number A, that is 1 and 2. Question number 16. Consider the following diagram and the statements. Here they have given the saving function. According to this diagram, you have to select the statement which are right and which are wrong. Roman number 1. Saving is positively related to the income. Yes, according to this diagram, saving is a positive related to the income. When the income is increasing, the saving also increasing. Roman number 2, marginal propensity to save is positive but less than 1. Yes, this statement also right. So the right answer here is both the statements 1 and 2 are correct. Question number 17. An increase in the level of government spending, other things being equal, will in ISLM model A. Increase interest rates, shifts the LM curve to the left. No, it's wrong. B. Increase the level of equilibrium income at all interest rates, shifting the IS curve to the right. Yes, this statement is right. Lower the interest rate, shift the LM curve to the right. No, this statement also wrong. D. Allows move an economy to full employment. No, this statement also wrong. So here the right answer for this question is choice number B. When government spending increasing ISLM model, IS curve or LM curve shift towards the right. Question number 18. In a hypothetical economy, the rate of growth of nominal GDP is 15% per annum. The annual rate of growth of GDP deflator is 5%. If the population is growing at a rate of growth of 2% per annum, what will be the annual rate of growth of per capita real GDP? Here, for getting the right answer, what you have to do, you have to subtract the GDP deflator value and the growth rate of the population from the nominal GDP. Then you will get an answer 8%. That is choice number A is the right answer for this question. Question number 19. If an economy with a linear homogeneous Cope-Douglas production function, the share of capital and labor in total output are respectively 40% and 60%. The capital stock and labor force are growing respectively at 8% and 3% per annum. If the rate of growth of output is recorded as a 7% per annum, then the rate of growth of total factor productivity will be. So here the right answer for this question is choice number D, that is 2. Total factor productivity, how you can get? Here is the solution for this question. What you have to do? You have to solve this equation, then you will get answer 2%. Let us go to the next question. Question number 20. This is the last question in this video. According to the Bent-Hansen, which among as the following were treated as a factors enhancing effective demand? Roman number 1, public expenditure. Roman number 2, rising population. Roman number 3, banking and financial system. According to the Bent-Hansen, enhancing effective demand factors are public expenditure and rising population. So the right answer for this question is choice number B. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel because your subscription is my inspiration. If you have any query, please comment below this video. Thank you and see you in another video.